Off turn 4, Monstrot going 30 laps, green flag out for Fantastic Sam's Modifieds. Zach Brubaker, Mike Mays, problems for the number 10 of Herb Johnson Sr. He heads to the pits. Zach Brubaker, Mike Mays, 1 and 2. Quickly up to third comes Steve Minnick Jr., then Scott Coe. 1 lap in for Zach Brubaker, 3 wide back to the field. Somehow everybody got back on the racetrack. Brett Martin in the 2 got shuffled back early. Herb Johnson Jr. in the 20 briefly made it 3 wide underneath Terry Fisher Jr. Had to roll out of the gas. Fisher on the charge, up underneath Pete Hardcastle, can't get there. Race lead is Zach Brubaker in car number 14. Mike Mays second, Steve Minnick Jr. trying to take that spot away. Then comes Scott Coe at 28. Gold Cup winner Pete Horncastle at 9. Terry Fisher Jr. 8. Brett Martin in 2. Scott Coe trying to roll around the outside of Steve Minnick Jr. Still Brubaker with the lead. Coe around the outside puts a bumper ahead of Minnick. Brubaker, Mays first and second. Scott Coe runs third. Mays working the bottom on Brubaker for the lead. Look out, turn number 1, Mays and Brubaker get together. Scott Coe goes for a ride. Yellow flag out. Caution out, Scott Coe. After contact in front of him, Coe runs out of racetrack, spins over the top, yellow flag out. Tough break for Scott Coe. A couple of guys got together in front of him, and Scott Coe, trying to avoid everything in front of him, ended up spinning out over the top of the racetrack. He will go to the tail, as he was the car that brought the caution out. So Zach Brubaker with the race lead, Mike Mays second in the 72. They'll go side by side. Steve Minnick Jr. 37, Pete Wormcastle 9, Terry Fisher Jr. in 8. 2 is Brent Martin, 20, Herb Johnson Jr., Jerry Hammond in 7, then 09 Don Skaggs, 59 Derek Hoffman, green flag back out. Mike Mays around the outside, looks for the lead on Zach Brubaker to turn 3 and 4. But the little red hot rod that's more yellow out front give the lead over to Mike Mays. Mays into the race lead. Brubaker second, then Wormcastle, Minnick, Martin, Terry Fisher Jr. sitting 6th. Jerry Hammond having a good run around the outside, racing with number 20 of Herb Johnson Jr. Then 59 Hoffman and 09 Skaggs. Watching the fast qualifier, Scott Coe trying to work his way up through traffic. He's going to need a bunch of yellows to help him get through this field. Goes by the 65 of Mike Miller, comes up on the 15 of Steve Slater. Coe showing some patience coming up through the field. Not worth tearing it up. Steve Minnick Jr. runs 4th, then 58 of Terry Fisher Jr. Mike Mays out front, pulling away from the 14 of Brubaker. Jerry Hammond starting to backslide through the field. Derek Hoffman moves up in car 59. Mike Mays with a big lead. Steve Minnick Jr. comes to second, Terry Fisher third. Brubaker gets shuffled back to 4th. Then Wormcastle 5th in car 9. Brent Martin still 6th in car number 2. Then 7th is the 20 of Johnson Jr. 8th the 59 of Hoffman. 9th the 7 of Hammond. Don Skaggs is 10th in car 09, and Scott Coe 11th in 28. Coe trying to cut back inside the top 10. Meanwhile, it's Mays with the race lead over Minnick and Fisher Jr. Couple of guys whose fathers are on the ballot for the Hall of Fame. 37 Steve Minnick Jr. and 8 of Terry Fisher Jr. All chasing the 72 of Mike Mays, still out front. Scott Coe top 10 around Don Skaggs. Works on the 7 of Jerry Hammond. Good field battle behind the 14 of Brubaker. Brubaker off turn 4, halfway. He sits fourth behind him, the 9 of Warmcastle, 20 Johnson, 2 Martin, 59 Hoffman, 28 Coase, 7 Hammond, and 09 Skaggs. An 8-car battle for fourth place. In the middle of all that, fast qualifier Scott Coe trying to slice his way back through the field. Coe to the outside, works on 59 Derek Hoffman. Pete Warmcastle around the inside. He'll pick up fourth around Brubaker. Third place battle after turn number 1 and 2, second and third. Minnick the 37, Fisher in the 8. Terry Fisher Jr. in the white number 8. Steve Minnick Jr. in the 37. Battle through turn 3 and 4. Give Terry Fisher Jr. second place. 72 Mike Mays down through turn 3 and 4, still with the race lead. Scott Coe continues to work back up through the field. Around the number 2 of Brett Martin, that'll be 7th place. Race battle about to heat up for the lead. Mike Mays in the lead. Terry Fisher is closing fast and lap traffic ahead. Scott Coe continues on the move around the number 14 of Brubaker. Comes up on the 20 of Herb Johnson Jr. and that's 5th place. Scott Coe from dead last on the restart has come up to 6th place looking for 5. Spin off turn 4, the 59 of Derek Hoffman, yellow flag out. Hoffman around off turn 4 for the second time tonight, once in the late models, now once in the modified, yellow flag out. Lots of word from different guys who wanted to be here tonight but had some mechanical problems. Several cars in an accident last night up in Michigan, some guys with some engine problems. So we apologize for the short field here late in the year. It's a little harder to pull some cars sometimes. Green flag out. On the restart, Minnick of the 37, the 9 of Warmcastle got together. Out of turn number 2, Mays able to squeeze off Fisher for the lead. Minnick up to 3rd. Johnson Jr. comes to 4th place. Then the 9 of Warmcastle. Zach Brubaker trying to retake the spot from 28 Scott Coe. Mike Mays looking for his second feature win of the year. Down the backstretch with the lead over Terry Fisher Jr. Steve Minnick Jr. 3rd. Herb Johnson Jr. 4th. Each of the top 6 had famous fathers that have raced here around the years. Mays, then the juniors, Fisher, Minnick, and Johnson. Then Warmcastle and Coe. Fisher putting heavy pressure on race leader Mike Mays. Mays trying to hold the bottom. Fisher all over his rear bumper in the middle of the corner. There's 5 to go. Fisher tries to find room on the inside. Mays won't give him any. Now Mays slides up the hill through 1 and 2. Minnick slides way high. Gives Scott Coe 5th place around Pete Warmcastle. Fisher with a look to the inside in turn 3 and 4, but Mays was there. Mays going to make that little yellow hot rod as wide as he can into 1 and 2. Fisher going to look to the outside. Scott Coe charging up the inside, takes 4th away from Herb Johnson Jr. Scott Coe to 4th. Fisher Jr. again to the outside of Mays for the lead, can't get there. Minnick Jr. still 3rd. Laps winding down. Terry Fisher Jr. into turn 3 and 4, running right on the rear bumper of 72 Mike Mays. There's 2 laps to go. 2 to go, and Scott Coe up the inside looking for 3rd on Steve Minnick, and he's got it. Fisher for the lead down the backstretch. Mays shuts the door. Scott Coe not quite out of this yet. Coming to 1 to go. Terry Fisher Jr. looks to the outside on Mike Mays. Mays able to squeeze him into turn 1 and 2. Fisher again to the outside. He's going to have a run out of turn number 2. Mays throws the block. Here comes Coe out of nowhere to turn 3 and 4. Mays trying to hold off the co-racers off turn 4. Coming to the line, goes to Mike Mays. Terry Fisher Jr. second, Scott Coe third, then Minnick, Johnson Jr., and Warmcastle the top 5. Herb Johnson Jr. fifth place in car number 20. Fourth to the 37 of Steve Minnick. In third, the 28 of Scott Coe. Second, the 8 of Terry Fisher Jr. And picking up the win goes to the number 72 of Mike Mays.